This is gonna blow your mind. BorgWarner has been quietly revolutionizing the automotive industry for over a century. The people who keep the lights on, the trucks running, the world moving. They are the backbone of our society, ensuring that everything functions seamlessly. Well, BorgWarner has been one of those essential companies for over a century. Their contributions have been pivotal in shaping the automotive industry. Since 1928, they've been quietly making the parts that make our cars go. From the early days of the automobile to the modern era, their innovations have driven progress. Most folks haven't heard of them, but trust me, they've been there. Every time you start your car, there's a good chance BorgWarner had a hand in making it possible. Under the hood, behind the scenes, making sure your ride is smooth and reliable. Their expertise ensures that our vehicles perform at their best, day in and day out. I'm talking transmissions, turbochargers, all those parts most of us don't even think about. These components are the unsung heroes of our daily commutes and road trips. But here's the thing about essential work. It never stops evolving. As technology advances, so does the need for innovation and adaptation. Just like those hard-working Americans I've met on the job, BorgWarner has never been afraid to get its hands dirty and adapt to the times. They embrace change and continuously strive for improvement. That's what's got me so interested in their story. It's a tale of resilience, determination, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. It's a story about American ingenuity, hard work, and the drive to keep moving forward, no matter what. BorgWarner embodies the spirit of innovation and the commitment to progress that defines our nation. Hi, welcome to the channel. Here we tell the stories of the largest companies in the world, who built them, how they started, and what they're up to these days. If you're into this kind of topic, make sure to follow so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. BorgWarner's story starts back in 1880. That's right, 1880. It was a time when the streets of Chicago were bustling with horse-drawn carriages and the city was growing rapidly. Back then, a fella named Charles Borg and another named Marshall Warner teamed up in Chicago. These two visionaries saw an opportunity to create something unique. They weren't building car parts back then, though. Their workshop was filled with the sounds of craftsmen working on something quite different. Nope, they started out making something entirely different: buggy whips. These were essential tools for anyone who owned a horse-drawn carriage. Now, if you don't know what a buggy whip is, don't worry, you're not alone. It's a piece of history that many have forgotten. Back then, horses were how you got around. The streets were filled with the clip-clop of hooves and the creak of wooden wheels. And a buggy whip? Well, that's how you kept those horses moving. It was an essential tool for every carriage driver. But here's where it gets interesting. The world was on the brink of a major transformation. See, even back then, Borg and Warner, they understood something important. The world was changing. They could see the writing on the wall. Cars were starting to replace horses. The streets began to see a mix of horse-drawn carriages and these newfangled automobiles. And they knew they had to adapt or get left behind. It was a pivotal moment for their business. So they did what any smart business would do. They took a hard look at the future and decided to evolve. They took their skills, their work ethic, and they pivoted. They began to learn about the new technology and how they could be a part of it. They started making parts for those newfangled horseless carriages. This was the beginning of a new era for BorgWarner, one that would see them become a key player in the automotive industry. By the 1930s, BorgWarner was a major player in the auto industry, a name synonymous with innovation and quality. They were making transmissions, clutches, and other essential parts for cars and trucks, ensuring that every vehicle on the road was equipped with the best technology available at the time. And as America fell in love with the open road, BorgWarner was there, under the hood, making it all possible. Their parts were the unsung heroes of countless road trips and adventures. Think about it. All those iconic cars from the 50s and 60s, the ones we still drool over today, chances are they had BorgWarner parts inside. These parts were the backbone of the automotive revolution. They helped power the American dream of freedom and mobility, enabling families to explore new horizons and create lasting memories on the open road. But they didn't stop there. BorgWarner continued to evolve, embracing new challenges and opportunities in the ever-changing automotive landscape. BorgWarner kept innovating, kept pushing the limits of what was possible. Their commitment to excellence drove them to develop cutting-edge technologies that set new standards in the industry. They developed new technologies that made cars more powerful, more efficient, and more reliable. Today, BorgWarner remains at the forefront of automotive innovation, continuing to shape the future of transportation. Now, the auto industry is changing again. We're in the middle of an electric revolution. And just like they did back in the early days, BorgWarner is adapting. They're investing heavily in electric vehicle technology. Motors, battery systems, power electronics, they're doing it all. They're even working on hydrogen fuel cell technology, which could be the next big thing in clean transportation. See, that's the thing about BorgWarner. They're not just along for the ride. They're helping to steer the future of the auto industry. Now you might be wondering, with all this change happening, how's the company doing financially? Well, let me tell you, they're built on a solid foundation. They've been around for over a century, and they've weathered a lot of storms. Recessions, oil crises, you name it, they've seen it all. And through it all, they've always come out stronger. They've got a proven track record of profitability and growth. They're financially sound with a strong balance sheet. And they're well positioned to capitalize on the opportunities presented by the electric vehicle market. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this transition to electric vehicles, it ain't easy. It's a competitive market out there, with new players popping up all the time. But BorgWarner, they've got a few things going for them. First off, they've got experience. They've been in the auto industry for over 100 years. They know how to design and manufacture high-quality parts at scale. Second, they've got partnerships. They're working with some of the biggest automakers in the world to develop the next generation of electric vehicles. And third, they've got a global reach. They've got manufacturing facilities and engineering centers all over the world. So, what's next for BorgWarner? Well, they've got big plans. They're aiming to be a leader in the electric vehicle market, just like they've been a leader in the combustion engine market. They're investing in research and development, developing new technologies that will make electric vehicles more efficient, more affordable, and more accessible to everyone. They're also focused on sustainability. They're committed to reducing their environmental impact and creating a cleaner, more sustainable future for everyone. Now, I know this is a business show and folks are interested in the bottom line. Well, BorgWarner, they believe in sharing their success with their investors. They've got a long history of paying dividends, and they're committed to returning value to their shareholders. So, if you're looking for a company with a bright future, a solid track record, and a commitment to sustainability, BorgWarner is worth a closer look.